What's up, YouTube? I'm Trent Wel-Don. Welcome back to my channel, Wel-Don Aquatics. As you can see, we are having an issue with the 220 gallon and the fish being able to get back here into the overflow area. So I've got two quarter catfish back here right now that I am rescuing, and this is not the first time this has happened. So we're gonna get these two fish out, and then we're going to discuss, and I'm gonna show you how exactly I plan to fix this issue. So the other problem I'm having is down at the bottom there, I got shrimp back there. Not actual live shrimp, but like food shrimp. Shrimp I feed to my puffer fish in here, as well as the other fish. And they are constantly getting sucked back here now, which really just means they're just gonna sit back there and rot. So like I say, now that we've rescued the fish for the 17th time, we are going to discuss how we're going to fix this. So I've actually got a pleco back here too. He's a lot harder. When the plecos get back here, it's so much harder to get out. They're much trickier than the cories are. Cories just kind of swim around. You know, the plecos attach themselves to walls, and it makes it really, really tricky. Come on. Just like that, I lost him again. I think I got him. Oh, dang it. As you can tell, too, it's not exactly the easiest place to work with the net. It's very difficult. Here we go. Actually, able to grab my hand. Whew. All right, he's out. Now let's get the net out. All right, so now that we just had one of the most frustrating fish rescues. It's not the first time this has happened, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to fish out from the overflow. You know, net them out of that back overflow. It's really difficult. It's time consuming. And sometimes I don't notice them for a couple days. So and a part of it too, though, is the main part is I really don't want to lose any of my fish to something that I can prevent. So tonight we're going to be slipping in some pre-filter sponge. Now this is actually, how big is this? Things like practically like a 12 by 12, I think. I actually got a measuring tape. Hang on, take a look at how big this is. Whew, I was way off. It's about nine and a half inches long by 9 inches wide. Either way, still really good. So this is actually a pretty coarse sponge, and honestly one of the most underrated things in the hobby. Right. So pretty coarse sponge, and I say one of the most underrated things in the hobby. You know, there's so many applications for this, and the reason I say this is pretty coarse is you can practically see right through this. The mesh is not tightly woven together, the sponge part of it. So really I would probably use this as like a pre-filter sponge on something like my Overflow, for example, if I wasn't trying to block fish off. This will act as a pre-filter sponge. I would also use this on maybe like a large canister filter or something. So what I plan on doing with this is just curving, and then hopefully it's gonna fit back there. If I just curve this sheet enough, it'll just slip right in. That way when the fish try and access, there's a certain hole not even a hole, a cutout on the overflow portion that is used to run in return lines. But since I only have return lines on one side of the tank, the fish tend to go over here. So this is something I'm hoping is gonna work. I did purchase this from Aquarium Co-op. So I say I like it because Corey brought these in specifically for this. Well, not specifically for like a pre-filter sponge type thing that I'm gonna use it for what I need to use it for. You know, that's to stop fish from getting into my overflows. There's just so many applications on this. It's a cheap product that's very underrated. So we are gonna see if this fits in there and we'll go from there. All right, so here is the overflow we are working with. I'm trying to do this one-handed and hold the camera in the other hand. This may end really, really bad. I hope not. This will turn into an expensive mistake very, very quickly. Let's see, that seems to be working actually really well. Oh my gosh, it actually works great. So let me try and show you what I'm talking about here. So actually right there. So right here on this style of overflow, I should have one overflow and one return on both sides of the tank, but I decided to go both the returns on that end of the tank and both overflows on this end of the tank. If you remember, we have this in that the Durso style, the Durso style overflow. Straight standpipe takes most of the water. The Durso style takes a little bit of the water, runs down into the sump. So on this cutout here is where you could run return lines into like lock line and different things, and that's where the fish are getting over into. It's actually quite frustrating now. So I'm hoping, and this is actually a perfect size. It fits snugly right into it. Let's get the lid back over this, see if this works how I want it to. Good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ha! No more rescuing fish out of there. Thank you for joining me on my adventure tonight, showing you how frustrating it can be to rescue some fish in a very tight area and the simple fix we came up with. So hopefully this helps somebody as well if you may be having the same issue, the same problem, or give you some ideas, like a creative idea of what to use that pre-filter sponge for. So I will leave a link in the description below to Aquarium Co-op in the exact product I bought. And so far, so good. That has been working really well. Time will tell though to see if it fits. Right, it does fit, but if it holds. So right now it's in there pretty snugly. I think this is gonna be a great fix long term. So we'll keep you updated. So once again, guys, thank you for joining me. I'm Trent Wel-Don with Wel-Don Aquatics. We'll see you guys in the next one.